अद्य गुरुवासरः वैशाख कृष्ण तृतीया चतुर्थी च दिनांक 3 मे 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 23 सूत्र 144 चक्रपाणी शंखं चक्रं जलौकान् दधरमृतकटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यांशुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमं भोजनेतरं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तन् निखिलगदवनप्रौढदावानीलम् प्रौढदावानीलम् ब्रह्मणो समारब्धामात्रेयाद्यैष्पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे मातवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् साज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापको विश्वश्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोति सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं नु प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यः प्रयच्छति सत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। अद्य गुरुवासरः वैशाख कृष्ण तृतीया चतुर्थी च दिनांक 3 मे 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 23 सूत्र 144 ते 146 दंशस्य मध्ये यत्कृष्टं श्रावं वा जालकावृतं दत्ताकृतिभूषं पाकलेदक्षोत्सज्वरान्वितं दूषी विषाभिर्लूताभिस्तं दष्टमिति निर्दिशेत्। यदि दंशस्य मध्यस्थाने कृष्णं श्रावं वा जालकावृतं लक्षणं स्यात् दग्धाकृति दग्धस्य आकृति एतादृशाकृतिः यस्य वृषं पाकी तत्र पाकः वृषं भवति क्लेदशोथज्वरान्वितम् एवं तर्हि तद्दोषिविषाभिः लूताभिः दष्टम् इति मन्तव्यं ज्ञातव्यम्। सर्वासामेव तासां च दंशे लक्षणम् उच्यते शोफश्वेतासिता रक्ताः पीता वा पीडकाज्वरः प्राणान्तिको भवेत् श्वासो दाहका शिरोग्रहाः. So this can be even fatal. Pranantiko bhavet shvaso. So as if the person is going to die, and then hikka etc. are also are there. So all these indicate that these are asadhya, and not only asadhya but fatal. दंशस्य मध्ये इत्यादिना दोषी विष लूतादष्ट लक्षणं लूताश्च अन्यत्र अष्टौ साध्या असाध्याश्च अष्टौ त्रिमण्डला सौवर्णिकादयः उक्ताः तासां तथा मूषिक कुकण्टक वृश्चिक उच्चटिङ्ग मण्डूक मत्स्य जलौक शतपदी मशक भक्षिकाणां सुश्रुतादशुप्रमजातिभिः प्रपञ्चोऽनुसरणीयः. So those may be looked into Sushruta for Prapancha, but here he just gives a passing reference that they are elaborated in Sushruta Samhita, and one may try to get information from Sushruta itself. No, it is Akhu Dushi Visha. आदंशात् चोणितं पाण्डु मण्डनानि ज्वरोभिः लोमहर्षश्च दाहश्च अपि आखु दूषि विशार्यते. So in Mushaka, these are the symptoms And there are certain cases seen of Mushaka Dansha. One had been referred to me by Manoj Pirodia, and one was treated by Trilok, and it's a marvelous case. So, even Akuvisha or Mushika Visha can be fatal. मूर्छांगगौ मूर्छांगशोथवैवर्णक्लेदशब्दाश्रुतिज्वराः शिरोगुरुत्वं लालासीच्छर्दिश्चासाध्यमूषिकैः. Now, Chardi is one of the symptoms in Asadhya Mushika, and actually the patient referred to me was having Chardi. Still, I don't remember exactly. He survived for a few months and eventually died. So, मूर्छांगशोथ वैवर्ण्य क्लेद शब्द अश्रुति ज्वराः, these are certain symptoms. श्रावत्वमथ कार्ष्ण्यं वा नानावर्णत्वमेव वा मोहपुरीशभेदश्च दृष्टे स्यात् कृपलासकैः. कृपलासकः I don't remember what is the meaning of Kripalasaka. Maybe somebody look into Ayurvedic Shabdakosh, Girvandav something like that. दहत्यग्निरिवादौ तु भिनत्ति वा ऊर्ध्वम् आशुश्च वृश्चिकस्य विषं याति दंशे पश्चात् तिष्ठति. So it burns like Agni and has a bheda, and vinatti eva urdhvam ashucha on the upper region immediately. And Vashtikasya Visham Yati Damshe Paschatsu Tishtat. So it goes up and then stays in the Dosha Sthana. Now Vrishchika Visha is very common. Some are poisonous, some are not poisonous, or not that deadly, which may be fatal. In Konkan, the Vrishchikas are definitely poisonous and can be leading to death.
विषम याती दंशे पश्चात तिष्ठते. आधी तो ऊर्ध्व आशु प्रधावते आणि त्याच्यानंतर पश्चात दंशस्थानी स्थित होता असं म्हणतात.
It comes back to the site of bite and stays there. So, Vrishchike Svedam Abhyanga Sarpisha Lavane Nava, that is the sutra that will be coming later. And there is a tradition of pouring concentrated salty water, and that pacifies the pain immediately from Vrishchika Damsha. So even I have also experienced this. दष्टो असाध्यस्तु दृग्घ्राण रसनोपहतो नरः मांसे पतद्भिः अत्यर्थं वेदनातो जहात्यस्मिन्. So दृग्घ्राण रसना उपहतो नरः. So it creates indriya nasha or something like that. Mausahi patadbhi atyartham. This is also strange. So mausa shatana, mausa patana is there. Atyartham vedanartho. And there are too many pains. Jhatyasun. And pranas leave him. विसर्पश्वैच शूलं जरश्चर्य तथापि च लक्षणं कर्णभैर्दष्टे Damshashchaiva Vishiriyate. So now this is Kanabha. I also don't remember what exactly is the meaning of Kanabha. So Visarpa Shvetu Shula Jvara Chardi and Vishirana of the Damsha. Prashtaromo Chittingena Sabdalingo Vrishartiman. Spushtashrito Deke Neva Siktan Nangani Mandi. The Prashtaroma Uchittinga is a kind of Vrishchika and Stabdalingo Bhrishartiman and Sprushta Shito the Keneva. Siktane Angani Manyate. And as if he feels hunger as Sikta with cold water. Ingri. I think so. Cheating. I think Ingri. एकदंष्टार्दित शूनः सरुक् स्यात् पीतकस्तत्रु चर्दिर्निद्रा च मण्डूकैः सविशेर्दष्टलक्षणम्. So even frogs are also poisonous. Some frogs, of course. So if it is ekadamshtardita shuna saruk sat pitaka satrut, so there would be yellowish tinge and Krishna Shardir Nidra cha Mandukai Savishay. If the Mandukas are Savisha, then these are the Drashta Lakshana. Matsyastu Savisha Kurya. एकाच दाताने ते तो पॉइझनस दात आहे असं कदाचित असेल. मत्स्यास्तु सविषाः कुर्युर्दाः शोकरुजस्तथा कंडूम शोथन ज्वरम मूर्छा सविषास्तु जलौकसः. So Matsya would create Daha, Shopha and Ruja, and Kandu, Shotha, Jvara, Murcha. These are caused by Savisha Jalaukas. Now I recently heard from somebody that this is kind of genetic engineering or some kind of technique wherein they breed thousands of leeches at a time in US. And that is how they are made available in plenty. So maybe we try to find out. And otherwise, it's worthwhile to do a leech tank in the house itself first, and then make it on a bigger scale in Konkan area or something like that. But then we can observe it at home, and later on try to see how it can be done. एकदंष्ट्रार्दित त्या रुग्णाचा एकच दात दुखतो. No. एकदंष्ट्रार्दित is one tooth of the manduk or frog. So if it is only one danta, one teeth, which is savisha of the frog, and that only bites or something like that. So it won't mean one damshtra of the person. Let us say ekaya damshtraya. Even Chakrapani Datta says the same. Damshtraya krita ityartha. Ekaya eva damshtraya krita. दाह तोदस वेद शो दाह तोदस वेद शोधकरी गृहगोदिका. Gೃಹಗೋಧಿका is generally this pal or something like that. Daha toda sveda and shotha. Doshe svedam rujan daham kuryat shatapadi visham. Shatapadi. Polini. सुरवंट किंवा सुरवंट पण
गोम.
गोम. पण गोमला 100 पाय असतात की नाही असतात. सो दिस दंशे स्वेदम रुजम दान कुर्यात छत्रपती विषम might be गोम. कंडुमान मशकैरीश मशकैः ईषत् शोथा स्यान् मंदवेदना. So Mashaka is having Kanduman, Ishachotha, Mandavedana. Asadya Kita Sadrisham, Asadya Mashaka Kshatam. Asadya Mashaka Kshata is having symptoms of Asadya Kita Sadrisham. Now, yesterday there was one question raised regarding Kitaka Vishachikitsa, particularly in diseases like swine flu, etc., which are, or even malaria, which are spread by mosquitoes. And as I said, Ajinkya Patil is using Champakari Agada in these cases. Maybe thought by Samir Jamadagni, and it works according to him. But like that, this is a bit controversial issue. How do we think about these diseases which are going to increase in near future? And my prediction is there will be epidemics like plague and cholera and Devi, etc. again, once again, and people will die on a large scale. And even conventional medicine will not be having much effective measures for these, and we'll also be helpless in such a situation, because the whole thought process is in a wrong way right now. Whenever there is an infectious disease, there are two factors involved. One is the organism causing the infection, how strong it is or something like that. And now it has become resistant to many antibiotics and has become much stronger. On the other hand, there is a diminished immunity of the human beings because we are not paying attention to Sahaja Kalagari Bala. And the food material is also not proper, not having proper strength. Hybridized food itself has no immunity, and that is why the pesticide coverage has to be given or something like that. And how come we gain immunity through this hybridized food? That's a big issue. So both the things are adverse for us: loss of immunity of ours and increased immunity of the organisms. And those who will be having low immunity will be susceptible to these epidemics and will die or something like that. Now, to overcome this, Panchakarmani Bheshajam, what Charkacharya has said in Viman third Janapada Dvamsaniya. So this may resemble with Janapada Dvamsaniya. So we can apply the Chikitsa Sutra of Janapada Dvamsaniya over here. Panchakarmani Bheshajam. Shasyate Daya Vritishcha Bheshajya Purva Mudritai. So our body should be fed on medicines which are built out before this pollution has taken over or something like that, or we should rely on more natural resources from the forest or something. But still, this is a big issue. And in the same manner, when we think of swine flu, dengue, etc., which gets spread through mosquitoes. Is there a role of mosquito in this? And as I said yesterday, that the mosquitoes are just carriers and they don't get affected by the swine flu virus or other things. So might be they have immune system which is very strong and which doesn't allow swine flu to occur in mosquitoes itself. So might be somebody may think of this and try to derive medicine from mosquitoes, particularly for malaria or swine flu or something like that. So this might be thought provoking and may prove beneficial. Of course, this is a subsidiary way. The best way is to improve our own immunity and reduce the chances of getting infections by mosquitoes or any other things. So, cleanliness or hygiene is the key for getting rid of mosquitoes, and that should be emphasized. And that has been emphasized in developed countries. In developing countries like India, this is not the situation, and that is why we are susceptible to these kinds of diseases, epidemics. But truly speaking, this is a fear for every living being. About 4 or 5 years before, 10 lakh hens were killed because they had something like the swine flu, bird flu, or something like that, for which they had no solution. It was spreading like anything. So they just had to kill all hens, and again reproduction started. Now it was easier to kill hens. What should we do about human beings? This is a big issue. And so the whole process of using pesticides or maybe antibiotics to kill microorganisms will come to an end, and we'll have to rebuild our immunity, and that is dependent on original seeds and or seed banks and organic farming or natural farming, etc., etc. So a revolution has to take place about this. So is there any role of these mosquitoes which are carriers or something? And where we can stop this process, and the same would be applied to flies as well. They also keep on spreading diseases, particularly worm infestations. And as I explained few years before when I was in Ahmedabad, and around 40 kilometers away from Ahmedabad, there was one this Derasar or ashrama where sadhus were living, and that place was full with flies. And I could see that many of the sadhus and sadhvis suffer from worm infestation. So how to take care of those flies? That's another big issue. Again, the same principle applies that they don't get disease, but they can spread the disease. They can work as carriers or something. So this we may try to understand, and this has been brought forward, or this has been made available in the form of information by today's technology, and let us accept it. It's a fact, then let us accept it. Only thing is, how do we interpret it in Ayurvedic perspective, and how we try to find out solutions to that? That is another issue. So basically these things are related with hygiene and cleanliness. And Ayurveda also emphasizes on hygiene and cleanliness. No doubt about that. But the habit has to be inculcated right from the childhood, and our education system should be emphasized for that, and strict rules to be followed by Delhi or all people or something like that. Anyway, सद्य प्रस्राविणी शावा दाह मूर्छा ज्वरान्विता पीड़का मक्षिका दंश तासांत स्थितिका असुर असुर. Okay. So Sthagika is one of the Makshika, which is Asurut. So it carries away pranas or something like that. Sadhya Prasravini Shava Daha Murcha Dvaranvita Pidaka Makshika Damsha. So in Prakash Amte's life there is one experience of this. They were along with their child attacked by these Madhamakshikas. Fortunately all were saved, but otherwise it could have been fatal or something like that. आदंशाद इत्यादि आकुविषलक्षणं कणभश्च कीटविशेषा इति सुश्रुते कीटमध्ये एव पठितः एकदंष्ट्रार्पितः इति एक एव दंष्ट्रया कृतः इत्यर्थः. मत्स्यास्तु पित्तास्थ्यारविषाः उक्ताः. मत्स्यास्तु पित्त अस्ति आरविषा. Ara, what is Ara? So the pitta of Matsya, then Asti and Ara is having poison in Matsya. Now generally there is a tradition to take out the Astis while cooking Matsya, and Pitta I don't know whether they can find it separately, and Ara I don't understand. जलौकसश्च षट् सविषाः कृष्णाकर्बुदादयः उक्ताः सदंशविषाः सन्दंशविषाः. बृहगोदिकां ज्येष्ठामिति आहुः अन्ये तु सरटमाहुः. शतपदी कारुण्डा असाध्यमशकक्षतमिति पंचसु मशकेषु पार्वतीयकृतम् असाध्यमाहुः. इत्थं सुश्रुते पार्वतीयस्तु कीटैः प्राणहरैः तुल्यलक्षणः. स्ततिका असुरदित्ति कान्तारिकादिषु सुश्रुतोक्त षण्मक्षिकासु स्तग्यक्षाक्षा मक्षिका प्राणहरि इत्यर्थः. So this particular Makshika, it's Pranahari. श्मशान चैत्य वल्मीक यज्ञाश्रम सुरालये पक्षसन्धिषु मध्याह्ने सार्धरात्रेष्टिमीश्च विसिद्ध्यन्ते नरादष्टाः पाषण्डायतनेषु च. दृष्टिश्वासमलस्पर्श विषयराशि विषयस्तथा विनश्यन्त्याशु सम्प्राप्ता दष्टाः सर्वेषु मर्मसु. Now he said the asadhya lakshanas for Vishwa. Shmashana Chaitya Valmika Yajna Ashrama Suralaye Pakshasandhishu Samavasayam Purnima Madhyane Sardharatre Ashtamishu. Ardharatra and Ashtami Nasiddhanti Naradashta. Then on these occasions the patient won't survive. Pashandayataneshu cha. Pashandaha Kapalikadayaha. So those who are doing this black magic, where they stay, in that place also, this can be fatal. दृष्टिश्वासमलस्पर्श विषयैः आशी विषयस्तथा विनशन्त्याशु सम्प्राप्ताः दष्टाः सर्वेषु मर्मसु. So दृष्टिश्वासमलस्पर्श विषय and आशी विषय and marmasu dashta. So those have bite on the marmasthana. They all vinashanti. Sampati sthana kala svobhava pradeshe sarpadashtanam asadhyatam aha. Shmashana ityadi. Chaitya grama devatashraya mahatarha. पक्षसन्धिषु इति अमावास्या पौर्णमासीषु पाषण्डाः कापादिकादयः आशिविषयः इत्यस्य लक्षणं दृष्टिश्वासमलस्पर्शविषये उक्तः दृष्टान्तान्तरे दृष्टिश्वासादिभिर्दिव्या सर्पा आशिविषाः आशुरातित्वा. So these are divya sarpa which can kill by drishti, shvasa, etc. Bhitamatta baloshna kshutrusharthe vardate visham. So one who is very frightened, matta, abala, ushna, kshutrushartha, in that the poison enhances. Visham prakriti kalocha tulyot prapyalpamanyatha. And the Visha, if it has Prakriti and Kala Tulya, so Anyatha Alpam. So opposite to this, it is rest, it reduced. Vari Viprahata Kshina Bhita Natuna Nirjita Buddha Balas Tvacho Muktaha Sarpa Mandavishasmata. So those which are Vari and Viprahata. So Vipra might be Brahmin, or it is just Vari Viprahata, two upasargas, V and Pra for Hatha. But better is Vari and Vipra both. Kshina Bhitaha Nakular Nijritaha. Kshina Bhita Nakular Nijrita, those who have been conquered by Nakula. Vruddha Balaha Tvacho Muktaha. So those who have shed their skin recently. Sarpa Vin Mandavishasmata. These are Mandavishasa. Sarvadeha Shritam Krodat Visham Sarpo Vimuchati. Tadevahar Hetorva Bhayadvan Vipramunchati. So due to anger, the snake releases poison, Sarvadeha Shritam, which is occupying his whole body. Tadevahar Hetorva Bhayadva Vipramunchati. But he may not release it for eating purpose or by fear. विषविरुद्ध हेतुमाह भीत इत्यादि प्रकृति को कालौ तुल्यो विषस्य यथा प्रबल पित्त प्रकृति उष्णश्च कालः इति ज्ञेयम् अल्पम् अन्यथा इति otherwise it is अल्प भीतत्वादि विपर्ये अल्पं विषं भवति वारी इत्यादौ वृद्धा इति गोनसवर्गाज्ञेयाः गोनसस्य तु वार्धक्ये एव वृद्धविषत्वं प्राप्तं सर्वदेह श्रितं क्रोधात् इति सर्वदेह श्रितम् अपि दंष्टासु एव विषं विशेषेण ज्ञेयं यथा शुक्रं सर्वशरीरगतं विषणेरेव विशेषेण अवतिष्ठति. So it is said to be Sarvanga Vyapi, but main is the Damashka, where it stays, the poison stays. Ashtami Anta Madhya Adiga Nirmane Pittadikya as Madhyana Ardharatani. So Ashtami is in the middle of Shukla Paksha, Madhya Paksha. And Madhyanya Madharatri are also the mid parts. So this might be associated with Pitta. Now this is a thought process. Even in Nadi Pariksha by Vidyashok Bhatt. So he used to divide Vata Pitta Kapha as per the feel of the Nadi, whether it is Sama Pitta, Sama Kapha, etc. And accordingly may judge that initial phase is kapha from 1 to 10, 11 to 20 might be Pitta, and 21 to 30, 31 it's Vata or something like that. So used to tell birth date, etc. on this ground, the patient from Nadi. So might be we say that Ashtami is in between or something like that. So we can say there is a changeover on Ashtami, either Vadya Ashtami or Shukla or Krishna Ashtami. Shukla Ashtami or Krishna Ashtami, Vadya Ashtami. That the moon size increases gradually. And but truly speaking, Amavasya and Purnima, these are more specific where they change, and Ashtami is in between, increasing or decreasing size of Chandramas. But Hindu calendar is linked with these graha and other things, and nakshatras, particularly nakshatras. So, from astrology point of view, this is more important point for us. And Madhyana, Madhyaratra or something like that, this we can definitely say that Kapha, Pitta and Vata are associated with this Adi, Madhya and Anta of Dina and Ratri. So, this is the Kala Mahima, and we have to consider that. सर्वदेहाश्रितं क्रोधात् सर्वदेहाश्रितमपि दंष्टासुर विषम विशेषेण ज्ञेयम्. Now in this man versus wild, whenever he finds a poisonous snake, he just cuts off the head and then cooks everything and eats that snake. This is very commonly shown or something like that. But like the concept of Shukra, which is Sarvadeha Shukra, and Angat Angat Visichyate, during intercourse, it comes from the whole body into the Vrushana and then is expelled out. The same thing might be happening with snakes, and the poison is spread all over the body and it reaches the damshtra and then expelled out. But when one cuts head, one can use the remaining part of the snake for eating. This is very well given or something like that. And there is one story in this Andhaka Kupjakas Tristani Katha in Panchatantra. And with a purpose to kill, he cooks snake meat and serves to a blind person. And surprisingly, instead of dying, his eyesight improves or something like that. So this is something strange, but even in Ashtang Sangra there is one reference. Tan Mausam Uporagaya Mausavarge Pipathyate. The Vishay is said to be spread out in the whole body, but still the mouser of that animal is said as eatable mouser in Mausavarga. So this is to be very well understood, and due to Krodha, this is the poison is expelled out, and in many these videos, many of these videos, either of this Bear Grill Man vs Wild or other videos, the snake is very angry, and the person says that he is very angry, and I have to deal with it very cautiously, or something like that. If it bites, then I will be no more. But even then, he catches him, or something like that. And it's a tactful job, so one has to be very cautious about that. So the concept of Sarvadeha Shrita Shukra and Sarvadeha Shrita Visha शिजवल्यामुळे सर्प शरीरातील विष निष्प्रभ होत असेल. That might be one of the possibilities. Or if it has got into the ustra and you cut the head, then the rest of the body is nirvisha, and you can cook and eat it or something like that. But anyway, we have to be cautious about these and follow the traditions which are prevalent in this area or something like that. Of course, for us, this is to be going to be rarest situation. But those who are on adventurous tours, for them, they should know all these things. वातोल्बण विशाख प्रायः उच्चिटिंगाः सवृष्टिकाः वातपित्तोल्बणाः कीटाः श्लेष्मिकाः कळभागयाः. So वातोल्बण विश्व उच्चिटिंग and वृश्चिक, and वातपित्तोल्बण उच्चिटिंगाः सवृष्टिकाः वातपित्तोल्बणाः कीटाः श्लेष्मिकाः कणभागयाः. कणभादि कीट, they are श्लेष्मिक. यस्य यस्य हि दोषस्य लिंगाधिक्यानि लक्षयेत् तस्य तस्य औषधे कुर्यात् विपरीत गुणैः क्रियाम्. So this is again now Chikitsa Sutra has come. So whatever dosha lingadikya you see, observe, you have to treat viparita guna of that particular visha, and then medicine to be used with viparita guna. So this is again a big issue. Particularly whenever the classification of diseases on the basis of types of dosha, vataja, pittaja, kaphaja, etc., and the symptoms are in tune with the associated dosha, then it is easier. We can have established a link between the causes of that dosha, the gunas associated with the causes, the gunas associated with the dosha, and the lakshanas associated with those gunas, and then counteract with opposite gunas. This is quite possible. And this, in fact, is Satkaryavad, so to say. So it is easy to understand, and we can deal with that. Only thing is, when it is not Satkaryavad, there is some difference between the appearance of Lakshanas, and it doesn't match with the involvement of dosha. It is Vikriti Vechana Samvaya or something else. Then it's a difficult process. And for newer diseases, this is going to be a headache. How to judge on what basis we have to do it or something like that. एका अशाच व्हिडिओमध्ये जिवंत सर्प अग्नीवर जसाच्या तसा टांगून भाजून खाल्ला. खूप टेस्टी असतो असे त्याचे प्रतिपादन होते. शिवाय खूप एनर्जेटिक, हाय प्रोटीन. proteinous. That is true. The Bear Grill, there are many occasions, man versus wild, that he kills a poisonous snake, cuts off the head, and uses rest of the snake just for eating. Cooks it in fire on fire and eats it or something like that. No, what I want to emphasize is a big topic such as without cutting head. Okay, then that might be it's a non-poisonous snake. I'm not sure, but while eating, does he keep that head away or not? That is another issue. But might be we try to get information about this, and whatever I have seen is cutting off the head, he throws it away, and then carries the rest to his camp and burns it on fire. This is regular process or something. Now, whenever we are talking about newer diseases, might be cancer, might be AIDS, might be anything else or something. If it is Satkaryavada, that the symptoms are in tune with the doshas, involved doshas, then it is easier for us. We can go for dosha pratyanika chikitsa, which is common. We have dosha pakarmani adhyay. So we can go for dosha pratyanika chikitsa, and that will be acting against the disease. But when it is not prakriti samasamvaya and the symptoms are not in tune with the involved doshas, they are something different, then it's a problem. And then how to find out proper solutions for those diseases is a big headache. So what Ganesh Shastri has tried to write, that he gives elaborate description of any drug made goes into cosmetic or something like that. And in the end, he says this medicine contains paragandharva and tamra, rupya, etc., etc., suvarna, etc. And that is why it is having these properties, etc. Now, whether this will be applicable everywhere or not, that's the question. And it might become applicable at many places, but at certain places it might not. And we have to consider the philosophy of that particular medicine. uh, on our experiences, etc. If the philosophy is given, we can directly go for that. If the philosophy is not given, then uh, we have to realize where it can be used or something. Accordingly, you can use varieties of drugs in varieties of diseases as such. But in all, to consider a new disease with Vikriti Veshava Samvaya, Annesh Vikalpanai Vikalpitanam, etc., is a difficult process, thought process. And how do we deal with that? So, if we understand the permutations and combinations of doshas properly, then maybe we can judge medicines and give treatment accordingly. But if we don't have proper judgment of this kind, or if it is a Vikruti kind of thing, then proper judgment is rather difficult. So what I wanted to say is to analyze varieties of yogas and see whether it is a synergistic effect or some other way it works. And long back I had written one article in Ayurveda Patrika on Samanya where this no, not Samanya Pratyaya, but Prakriti Samasamvaya, Vikriti Vishamasamvaya, etc. And for a disease which has arisen from Vikriti Vishamasamvaya, medicine also required is Vikriti Vishamasamvaya. Say, for example, in Kushta, which is an outcome of Viruddhahara. Viruddhahara is itself a Vikriti Vishamasamvaya. So, two things coming together, particularly Sanyoga Viruddha, leads to something which is not actually linked or not showing something from the ingredients. So milk and fruits together. So it doesn't exhibit the properties of milk or fruits. It exhibits totally different property.
पण हे शुक्रवार परिणाम वगैरे आपण म्हणतो ना, आपण बघतो ना सकाळी उठल्यापासून आपले पण कळत नकळत आपण हे बिस्किट खाणं, हे खाणं, हे विरुद्धाहारच होत असतात. एक पाणी दुसरं पाणी गरम कितीतरी गोष्टी आहेत. पण शुक्रापर्यंत परिणाम व्हायला नक्की कुठल्या उपयोगी पडतात असं काही नाही.
It is associated with the quantity, the frequency, the time for which it is consumed, and also on your strength and agni and other things. So there are so many factors associated with this. And विकार विघात भाव भाव प्रतिविशेष आहे.
पण तरी सुद्धा प्रश्नच आहे, त्यांनी व्यायामाचा जर उल्लेख केला नाही, विरुद्ध विक्रम भवेल त्यांनी व्यायामच दिलाय. किती व्यायाम
नाही सांगतात. व्यायाम स्निग्ध दीप्तांग वयस्त बलशालिना विरोध्यपेन पीडायै सात्मंतंच भोजनम. So if you have adequate or proper exercise, then you will be able to take care of these kinds of diseases. This is possible or something. What I wanted to emphasize that if it is a Vikruti Vishama Samvaya that is the cause, say Viruddhahara, for a disease like Kushta, and then we have Vikruti Vishama Samvaya in the form of medicines. So might it be that Panchagavya Gurta or something like that, in which the ghee is added to in the preparation of ghee, and it is heated. So this is again a Vikruti Vishama Samvaya. So for that kind of Vikruti Vishama Samvaya, this kind of Vikruti Vishama Samvaya from medicine is useful. Vaidya Bhagyavedakar used whole cobra to prepare Ardhanari Nateshwar Rasa, for which purpose it is useful. Now in Ardhanari Nateshwar, you have to catch hold a live snake, then put that poison into his mouth, and then Antardhuma mashi has to be prepared or something like that. So that medicine that is kept in the mouth, which is from Paragandhaka and other things, has contact with that poison, and then you burn it and use that. Important factor over here is life. But live, no? Murchita is live.
काय म्हणजे आपल्याला त्यांनी काय केलं असेल
I don't know what he has done.
पण आपण हे बघितलंय ना ते टोचलं.
So, only thing is, are there typical cases in which Ardhanari Nateshwara is to be used? If you give a smell of that from one nostril, it will reduce the dwell of that part, whether it is right or left or something like that. So this is particularly useful for this Ardhanari Nateshwara as such. And
त्याचा तो एका म्हणजे शरीराच्या वातावरणावर पण काम करतो.
Ekangarod may be treated with this, that is also possible. So it was prepared by whom I don't remember, but I think it was Nimkar who has prepared Ardhanari Nateshwara. Anyway, what I was trying to emphasize is for Prakriti Samasamvaya of the disease, Prakriti Samasamvaya of the medicine, and for Vikriti Vishama Samvaya of the disease, Vikriti Vishama Samvaya of medicines, that is of use. And in those diseases which originate from Vikriti Vishama Samvaya, like Viruddha or something like that, Panchamrita Snan is useful, and which is also a Viruddha Sanyoga. On eating Panchamrita, which Balaji Tambe advocates, even in pregnant woman or something like that, this might be acting against the Viruddha Janita Dosha or something.
पण मग ग्रंथात अशा पद्धतीची चिकित्सा काहीच पण नाही.
आली आहे की नाही आलेली असं नाहीये, पंचगव्य वृत्त वगैरे वगैरे
म्हणजे डायरेक्ट कुछ खाद्य पदार्थ
हा कल्प रेफरन्स कुठला आहे, संहिता ग्रंथ की रसग्रंथ? इट इज फ्रॉम रसग्रंथ. I think from Rasaratna Samuchaya or something. Ardhanari Nateshwar. This is from Samhita Grantha. That is true. But maybe we try to ask people who have done this. But Ardhanari Nateshwar by name is known, and this might be from later Rasagranthas that is possible, because we have to put the Kajali of Parada and Gandhaka and something else into the mouth of the snake, then burn it, and you get the mushy, and then that is used as Ardhanari Nateshwar. So anyway, we conclude today and continue tomorrow. If possible, I will have a look at the Shatavari references, and we may proceed with Shatavari tomorrow if time permits. आयुर्वेद प्रकांडो निगदितैः शल्यतंत्र प्रधान शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतकृपा व्याप्त चित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने ताञ्च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिन्दं प्रणमति सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम्. विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारात्. श्वः पुनरपि मिलिष्यामः.